been good, man. Mentally, spiritually. I've been on top of my... I'll be back out there, you hear me?
This was Durkio calling in live to DJ Academic's stream. He was confident that he was going to come home. However, courtroom proceedings tell a different story. Turns out he's cooked. He's still been denied bail, and his lawyer's motion to dismiss the case seems like it's falling apart even with clear evidence.
On one of the evidence they allegedly presented to a grand jury, they're claiming it's entirely false.
Now behind the scenes, it's chaos, and it's gotten so bad there's even talk of Durk storming out of the courtroom. Let's break down exactly what's going on. The alleged courtroom incident and current legal battles. The Chicago drill goat, whose government name is Durk Devontae Banks, is currently caught up with some heavy federal charges. Feds grabbed him in October 2024 while he was trying to jet out on a private plane in Florida. The charges? A whole murder-for-hire plot allegedly targeting op rapper Quando Rondo, which left Rondo's cousin, Saviaya Robinson, aka Lil Pab, bodied back in August 2022 in Los Angeles. Since they locked him up, Durk has been stuck in the county, getting denied bail despite his team offering major paper for bond packages, including $2.3 million in equity and another milli in straight cash. That's big guap, which shows you how serious these charges really are. In November 2024, he pleaded not guilty to all them federal charges, with a trial initially set for January 2025. But check this. Due to how complicated the case is, the trial got pushed all the way back to October 2025. Court docs mentioned the insane amount of evidence they gotta sort through. Over 230 gigs of digital evidence and 20,000 pages of paperwork. That's mad documentation for both the prosecution and defense squads to work through, which explains why they had to delay everything for so long. Now here's where Durk's legal journey stands currently. On April 18th, 2025, his lawyers filed a motion to dismiss the whole indictment, saying the prosecutors played dirty by using song lyrics as evidence. This is big time for the case and highlights that whole debate about whether artist bars should be used as evidence in court. Specifically, Durk's legal team said prosecutors committed a fundamental factual error by using lyrics from a track that Durk spit 7 months before the shooting went down as evidence of premeditation. They're saying this misrepresentation corrupted the whole grand jury process. This motion got mad coverage, including in the Chicago Sun-Times on April 19th. Looking forward, there's a detention. Hearing on deck for May 8th, 2025, where Durk's legal team is going to try to get him out of the box before trial. They're proposing a serious bail package that includes $1 million cash money, $900K in real estate, and $150K from an associate, plus 24/7 security and ankle monitoring. This hearing is crucial for Durk because it's another shot at getting back to the streets while waiting for that October trial date. Now, to really grasp how serious Durk's current situation is, we got to look at what could happen to him. If he gets convicted on these for hire charges, Durk could be looking at life in the pen. Some legal analysts have even been talking about the possibility of the death penalty, though that's still just speculation at this point. Beyond the criminal case, Durk is also facing civil heat, including a wrongful death lawsuit filed in February 2025 by Saviaya Robinson's mom, Andrea Laquila Robinson. This lawsuit names Durk, his business manager, his record label Only the Family, OTF, and a related company as defendants. It claims they all had hands in the murder that resulted in Robinson's death. Warren Postman, the lawyer repping Robinson's mom, stated, "The premature loss of Mr. Robinson has devastated his family and community. We filed this lawsuit to hold those responsible accountable and to ensure his family receives the support they need during this difficult time." This civil case adds another level of legal pressure for Durk, on top of the criminal charges he's already facing. And that ain't even the only wrongful death lawsuit Durk's dealing with. In October 2024, Lashina Weekly, FBG Duck's mom, filed a lawsuit against Durk and King Von's estate, claiming they were responsible for the gang-related shooting that took out her son on August 4th, 2020, in Chicago's Gold Coast while he was shopping. This lawsuit goes beyond just Durk and King Von's estate to include their record labels, the City of Chicago, Dolce & Gabbana, 2 private security firms, and the 6 individuals already convicted of the shooting earlier in 2024. It claims that Durk's label, OTF, is straight up a criminal enterprise and that the labels knew about King Von's beef with FBG Duck and profited from the violence. Roosevelt Allen III, the lawyer for FBG Duck's mom, went hard when talking about the case, saying, "Without a doubt, Lil Durk, OTF, King Von, O-Block, a criminal organization, could never have achieved the international fame and become so. Emboldened to kill a rival musician without the promotion, distribution, and financial support provided to them by these record companies." But wait, there's even more to Durk's legal troubles than the murder for hire case and wrongful death lawsuits. Prosecutors have also suggested that Durk might be connected to another body in Chicago and accused him of putting money on people's heads for other murders, including targeting a witness's family member. These allegations, while not yet officially charged, have ramped up the controversy around the case and were part of why the judge decided to keep him locked up. According to court docs, prosecutors believe that a January 2022 murder was connected to revenge for the death of Durk's brother D. Thang, who got killed outside a strip club in June 2021. A federal informant allegedly told authorities that Lil Durk was and still is offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed. And for many, it's honestly no surprise given Durkio's history with the law, prison experience, and previous legal trouble. Before his October 2024 arrest, Lil Durk already had a lengthy rap sheet with the law. His first major run-in with the system went down back in 2011 when he caught a case for a weapons charge. According to the streets, he served about 3 months for having a pole with the serial number scraped off. The details around this situation are kind of foggy, with some sources saying those 3 months might have just been pre-trial detention, after which he copped a plea to a reduced charge of aggravated unauthorized use of a weapon. This early brush with the law didn't seem to keep Durk out the streets. Just 2 years later, in 2013, the rapper caught another case. On June 5th, 2013, Durk was arrested after allegedly throwing a loaded .40 caliber handgun into his car when police approached him on South Green Street in Chicago. He was charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. He was held on $100,000 bond, and his lawyer would claim to have 9 affidavits from witnesses who confirmed Durk's innocence. One witness also admitted the gun was his. Durk was released on July 18th, 2013. These early legal jams seemed to be a turning point for Durk, who looked like he was trying to change his ways. In a major public statement, he posted on social media that all his felony cases had been wiped clean, writing, "Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background wiped and clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." This wasn't the only time Durk publicly talked about trying to transform his life. On August 18th, 2024, just a couple months before his October arrest, Durk made a deep statement on Instagram, doubling down on his Muslim faith and distancing himself from gangbanging. His post read, "Don't label me nothing outside of a man, a father, and a 1000% Muslim." He followed this with another post saying, "I don't gangbang, I'm a Muslim." Basically what I was saying on my post in so many words, you can't do both and be the one who say it. So if you follow me as a brother, a friend, an icon, follow me to my new chapter of life. When I make music or rap what I seen and been through, not telling you to go do it, huge difference, the music won't change, but my life goals will. These declarations of personal transformation were backed up by Durk's moves to give back to the community. In 2020, he started the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to uplifting and empowering people working to bring positive change to their hoods. The foundation focused on education, community development, and social justice initiatives. One of Durk's most creative philanthropy moves was his decision to donate music bread to support his foundation's goals. He announced that a cut of the royalties from his track Bedtime would go straight to his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation. Also, linking up with Amazon Music, Durk launched the Durk Banks Endowment Fund, a college tuition program hooking up Chicago kids with scholarships to Howard University. This partnership resulted in major financial contributions, including a $250,000 donation to Howard's financial aid program, the Grace Grant. Despite these positive efforts, Durk's legal troubles kept piling up. Since his arrest in October 2024, he's been locked down at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Los Angeles, where he's been for about 6 months as of April 29th, 2025. His detention hasn't been smooth sailing. As word is, he's been breaking jail rules, specifically by making unauthorized 3-way phone calls. According to reports, prosecutors submitted a sealed exhibit detailing these rule violations to argue against Durk getting out before trial. These accusations of rule breaking have potentially messed up his legal strategy and chances for pre-trial release. Despite these challenges, Durk has stayed active in his music hustle from behind bars. On March 18th, 2025, Rolling Stone reported that his team announced the upcoming album Deep Thoughts, scheduled to drop on March 28th, 2025. The announcement included a trailer showing producers on the phone with Durk from The Pen, and the album cover, looking AI generated, showed him in a graffiti jail cell. In the trailer, Durk said that "the streets still need me," showing his determination to keep his influence strong despite being locked up. There's also been controversy about Durk's communications from the joint. On November 1st, 2024, he allegedly spoke from prison on Hypno Carlito's track Where Smirk Go, as reported by the Express Tribune. The song included a phone call from a federal correctional facility with Durk spitting, "Hypno Carlito, my brother from another, forever legend oft, only the family, and I take your streets over." You know what time it is, rest in peace. But the reaction on social media was mixed, with some people questioning if it was really him, suggesting it might be fake or AI generated. Hypno Carlito has been one of Durk's most vocal supporters during his legal drama. As a day one homie and collaborator, Carlito held Durk down and highlighted their shared history, emphasizing what he sees as Durk's positive influence. Other supporters include Young Chop, a pioneering Chicago drill producer, who described Durk as loyal and having his back during mental health struggles, recalling their time in Atlanta and Durk's role in putting on other artists from the city. Another supporter, Ashley Banks, who linked with Durk on Let's Get It in 2012, gave props to him for showing resilience and inspiring others, noting his impact on the drill scene. Belicia Lyrical McCulley, Durk's former manager, has stated that the charges don't match who he is, emphasizing his role as a representative of Black Chicago's heart and soul. While Durk has his crew of supporters, there are also those who stand against him. Andrea Laquilla Robinson, mother of Lil Pab, Saviaya Robinson, filed a wrongful death lawsuit in February 2025, claiming Durk financed the hit that killed her son in August 2022. Similarly, Lashina Weekly, FBG Duck's mom, filed a lawsuit in October 2024, alleging Durk had something to do with her son's 2020 murder and has publicly dissed him. Weekly has expressed being heated over Durk's mentions of her son in lyrics, and recently called him out over his tribute at a concert. Interestingly, Quando Rondo, who's central to the case involving his cousin's death, made a peace-seeking statement on Instagram on October 27, 2024, calling for letting go of the beef. He stated, "We didn't get into this music industry to make it just to stay caught up in this street. We all have families and communities counting on us. It's time to leave all that behind. And we've already lost so much, and it's heavy on my heart to forgive anyone I had issues with in the past. It's all love from me, praying for everyone." This stance is more about reconciliation, not directly supporting or opposing Durk, but advocating for moving past the conflict. Despite the change of heart by Durk's op, the Chicago rapper isn't getting the same energy from the law, and the evidence against him might have him cooked, especially with people actively testifying against him. Charges, evidence, and industry reaction. The main legal issue centers around an alleged murder-for-hire plot dating back to August 2022 in Los Angeles. Prosecutors claim that Lil Durk orchestrated a hit targeting rapper Quando Rondo, which resulted in the death of Rondo's cousin, Saviaya Robinson, also known as Lil Pab. The prosecutors say this was payback for the 2020 murder of Durk's close homie and artist King Von by people rolling with Quando Rondo. The specific charges against Durk include conspiracy to commit murder for hire, use of interstate facilities for murder for hire resulting in death, and firearms-related offenses. If convicted, these charges could send him to the pen for life, with some legal heads even speculating about the possibility of the death penalty, though this remains unconfirmed. The complexity of the case is highlighted by the mountain of evidence, which includes approximately 230 gigabytes of digital data, such as audio, video recordings, surveillance footage, and over 20,000 pages of reports concerning violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. As noted in court filings, key evidence in the case includes bank and flight records showing associates traveled from Chicago to California before the shooting, video footage placing Durk in Los Angeles on August 18, 2022, and a podcast clip recorded at a rented house in Encino. One of the most controversial aspects of the case involves the prosecution's use of song lyrics as evidence. Durk's legal team filed a motion to dismiss on April 18, 2025, arguing that prosecutors played the grand jury by using lyrics from a track recorded 7 months before the shooting as evidence of premeditation. They're saying that any post-shooting modifications to the song were from fan-edited YouTube videos, not directly linked to Durk. The defense's argument centers on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy featuring Durk, which they claim was recorded long before the incident. The prosecution, however, counters that the song was modified after the shooting to include audio from news footage of Quando Rondo's reaction, adding to the legal debate. This controversy over evidence underscores the case's complexity, with experts like Eric Nielsen criticizing the use of lyrics as literal confessions, a practice seen as dangerously sloppy in similar cases. Beyond the primary murder-for-hire case, prosecutors have also alleged that Durk may be linked to a second body dropped in Chicago in 2022 and accused him of putting money on people's heads for other murders, including targeting a family member of a witness. These allegations, while not yet charged, add significant weight to the prosecution's case and have been cited in detention hearings. The second killing referenced involves Stefan Mack, who was allegedly responsible for murking Durk's Durk's brother D. Thang outside a strip club in June 2021. According to court documents, two men, Preston Powell, alias J.B. Marley, and Anthony Montgomery Wilson, alias A.J., were charged in a murder-for-hire plot connected to Mac's death. While A.J. is locked up, J.B. Marley remains in the wind, with a $10,000 reward offered for info leading to his arrest. What makes this connection particularly damning is the alleged text messages between A.J. and J.B. Marley, where they appeared to be talking about getting paid by Durk. In one text, A.J. reportedly asks, "Did Durk give you that money?" Furthermore, Reddit forums have pointed out that A.J. was spotted at Lil Durk's Aha music video shoot, which dropped less than a month after Mac got smoked. As these serious allegations continue to unfold, there's been major talk about who might be snitching to the law. One name that's come up is OTF Jam, whom some have accused of being a rat for the feds. King Yella, a Chicago rapper, affiliated with the Gangster Disciples, took to social media to put this on blast.
But I heard somebody named OTF Jam, they said they've been calling him a rat, and basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this.
This accusation is particularly significant because OTF Jam is a longtime associate of Durk, who got out of prison in February 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Jam has tried to clear his name, posting on social media, "KCJ Hester, aka OTF Jam, is my artist's real name until you see that name on the paperwork. Don't at me." In a wild twist, OTF Jam has accused Durk of dry snitching on him in a track, posting, "Calling me a rat or a snitch, but rapping snitch on themselves all the time." Jam was referring to Von's song Back Again, where Durk spits, "Jam get out that jam, I give him 50, ain't gotta ask again." He was catching murders way back then. That's when the Max was in. Jam confirmed in an interview that Durk did bless him with bread when he got out.
They say he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
More than that. Shit. Everybody more than that. Shit. But can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight.
According to Jam, after Durk mentioned his past work in the song, law enforcement started watching him hard. He posted, "Who snitched on who? He snitched on me on a song. Police all up on me after that. Oh, he catching murders. Let's get him." The snitching accusations within Durk's circle don't stop with Jam. An OTF affiliate known as OTF Win hit up Instagram to accuse others of cooperating with the law, posting pics of dudes named Marlon Kirsch and Karen Hollins with the caption, "Wore a wire on." These allegations of wire-wearing informants are mad serious, as they suggest that law enforcement might have recorded conversations putting Durk in hot water for various crimes. The claim that Durk was caught on tape discussing King Von's past work is especially significant given that in August 2022, authorities were able to pin 3 bodies on King Von's name, including female assassin K. Winkama, even though he had been dead for 2 years. This timing raises questions about where the info came from that led to these posthumous attributions. The use of lyrics as evidence in criminal proceedings has been mad controversial in the music industry, with Durk's case shining a spotlight on this sketchy practice. The defense's argument that the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy was recorded long before the incident, and that prosecutors played the grand jury by presenting it as evidence of premeditation, raises serious questions about artistic expression versus taking bars literally in court. This debate goes beyond Durk's case, with parallels drawn to other high-profile cases, like Young Thug's RICO trial, where lyrics have been similarly used as evidence. Critics like Eric Nielsen have argued that treating artistic expression as literal confessions is a dangerously sloppy practice that fails to recognize the complex nature of hip-hop as an art form. As Durk's case moves forward, it's at the intersection of several complex issues: the use of artistic expression as evidence, the alleged connection between the music industry and street life, and questions about loyalty and snitching within tight circles. The ongoing legal battle has drawn major attention not just because of Durk's status as a Grammy-winning artist for All My Life with J. Cole, but also because of the broader implications for how the system interacts with hip-hop culture. The contrast between Durk's public image as a philanthropist who established the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation and donated to educational causes, and the serious allegations of orchestrating murder-for-hire plots highlights the complex nature of his case. His journey from his early legal troubles with weapons charges to his current situation reflects broader themes about trying to come up legit, accountability, and the struggles of leaving the streets behind, even after making it big in the industry. If you enjoyed this video, click on the cards playing on your screen to enjoy similar content.